Hello, this is take two. I've been trying to find better signal and I think I've got it in this very hot and sunny patch of our garden down in Cornwall. So I'm going to start again. Hello to everybody who is new to my world. My name is Ali Mortimer. I'm a life, love and happiness coach, and I love to help people find and create simple happiness in really highly complicated times. I've got somebody who is about to hit me over the head with a cricket bat. This is going to be a very interesting live session. I'm currently on holiday with my two teenage sons, my parents-in-law and my husband. We're down here in Cornwall in Rock. This is one of my happiest places. If I was to say I have a happy place, this is my happy place. Would you like to come and say hello, Willie? This is my happy place. This is the place in 1998 that James first told me he loved me. This is the place that we have come back to in sad periods of our time when we've had to heal. In fact, it was the one place we came when we lost our very first baby. We came here and just really enjoyed the simple... So James has just arrived back with Cornish pasties. It's going to be very difficult for me to concentrate today. All the simple pleasures down here, one of them being Cornish pasties, the sunshine, the sea air and all of these wonderful things. So the happy hour, for those of you new to the happy hour, it's not really an hour, it's just a happy 10 minutes, a concept, a theme that you can take away and go away and contemplate, you can go away, consider, you can journal on, you can try, you can practice to see if it creates some simple happiness for you in highly complicated times. And today I'm going to take you back to one of the very, very first concepts and themes that I used to help me create that simple happiness in highly complicated times. It was at a time where I'd been diagnosed with clinical depression, PTSD. I had an eating disorder and I wasn't sleeping at the time. And all I wanted to be was happy. And this is one of the concepts and themes I created for myself to help myself find moments of joy, little sparks of joy, because I thought if I could find one moment of joy in every single day, one moment to be happy, then I can compound those and I can create more moments of happiness and more moments of joy as we keep going. It's also been a concept and theme that I continue to use as I've determined that joy is my baseline. I no longer go below that baseline. Joy is now my baseline, and I always come back to this tool and this tip as well. So you don't have to lose everything in order to use this technique. It's just one that I absolutely love to share. And one of the things that I wanted to start with is the fact that you might be feeling quite stressed, overwhelmed by just a whole load of emotions, whether that's anger, despair, upset, whatever it is making you feel overwhelmed, or overwhelmed from all of the things that you have to do. It might not necessarily be how much you have to do, but it's also the fact that you can reframe this by thinking of maybe you're not doing enough that makes you happy. And this takes me back to a concept that I learned when I was taking my health coaching qualification, this idea of crowding out. And they typically talk about it in terms of food. So if you can eat more of the good stuff, so more of the greens, more of all of the colours of the rainbows, more fresh foods, more whole foods, then you can start to crowd out the less nourishing foods, so the processed foods. So if you can eat more of the good stuff, you can start to crowd out some of the less good stuff for you. And I think this is the same with your mind. It's about how can you crowd out the negative thinking? How can you crowd out the sadness? How can you start to focus more on what brings you joy, what makes you happiness and brings you happiness? So it's this returning to this principle I wanted to share with you. Excuse me for the shouting behind. This very, very simple concept is one that I coined, and I still have the note, the original note that I created, and it's in my drawer in my desk and in my office, and I'll have to share it with you one of these times. But it was this idea of a joy list. What brings me joy? Not what brings anybody else joy? And what do I not need anybody else to help me with in terms of creating joy? I don't need anything outside of me. I don't need anybody else to help create this joy within me. I am in control of this. So many times do we say, I will be happy when, I will find joy when I get the job, the car, the promotion, the man, the love, the ideal body. But it's not that. It's about saying, how can I create this happiness within me? And by creating more and more of this happiness within me, I can start to crowd out some of those other feelings that I don't like. So this joy list is just about creating real, simple joy. Really, really simply, just getting out. Oh, sorry, that's cricket with a golf ball now happening around me. How can I create moments of joy in my life? And that's not reliant on anybody else, not reliant on any circumstances, but just bringing myself back to being able to create joy for myself when I'm on my own. So my original list had things like I can go for a run or walk. That brings me intense joy, being out with nature. Other things I had on there, reading my favourite book, or learning something new, or baking. I love baking, cooking, cuddling my boys. Can I go and cuddle them and give myself that moment of just unadulterated, pure bliss of joy of sniffing in their hair and like smooching them and all of those silly things that we mums do? Can that bring me joy? Yes, that sausage looks ready. Sausage is ready. What else just brings me joy? Ringing my best friend, ringing my dad, any little thing. I created this list of all of these things that could create me joy, and what I purposely and consciously did was every single day I would do at least one of those things every single day. And that's what helped take me from this very dark place of being desperately unhappy to feeling so much joy, little moments of joy, pockets of joy. Richard E. Grant has even written a book on it, Pockets of Joy, a pocket full of happiness, finding a pocket full of happiness in every single day. This was my pocket full of happiness, the moments of joy created through the day. But now it just helps me create this baseline of joy. Baseline of joy is ensuring that I live by all of this, live in the feeling of joy every single day. And for those of you on half term, this can also be adapted for you as well, to have fun or have joy with your kids. If everybody can put in a box one of the things, two things, three things that would make them be really happy, simple things, put them in the box and pick them out of the box every single day and do it. And it looks like my son is having a wonderful time creating his own baseline of joy by using a cricket bat with a golf ball, hitting it against the wall. I'm not entirely sure it's going to be bringing much joy to any of our neighbours, but anyway. So this is really interesting because this is all about getting to know you and what brings you joy, not anybody else, but you. And so many times I work with many of my clients who are denying themselves that pleasure of getting to know themselves, or they've been so moulded by society or expectation or the social circles that they go in that they actually don't know who they are. So my invitation to you is really take a moment to go out and find out what brings you joy and understand what brings you joy so that you can actually bring joy not only to yourself, but by being joyful, you also have so much more joy that you can give it away and give it to others, or allowing people to tap into you to take that joy as well. So this is a real concept for me this week. We have got the next Life Lab happening on Friday. June's Life Lab is all about I know me, I love me. And this is I have found has been such a monumental pillar in creating my own internal happiness, this confidence, this peace, this joy and love and bliss in my life, because I've actually learned how to do this. I got to know me on a deeper level. And in getting to know me, I found that I was able to find more joy, more love, more of all of these things. So if that's something you want to do, please stay tuned. I'm going to be dropping more details about the Life Lab and the Love Club this week. But if you're ready already now and that sounds good, go and find all the details you need in the links in my bio, or drop me an email and I'd love to tell you more. And now I'm going to go and duck from golf balls, and Rocky's just joined me. I think we'll be going off for another walk on the beach. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing today, I hope you're being able to create some simple happiness in your highly complicated lives. Lots of love.